Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Today we are ranking every Fortnite POI. First is the agency. One of my favourite POIs in the whole of Fortnite. So yeah, Mostly Matters is decent, but like you know what? I landed there sometimes, but I can't say I landed there all the time. Pleasant Park in Chapter 1 is my least landed location probably, so I would have probably said Bin It Off in Chapter 1. Chapter 2, I land here a lot, so I'd probably have to put it great. It's a great location. Tilted, you know where I'm putting it. Frenzy was decent while I was in the game. It was gone a while ago, but from what I remember, I don't know if I liked it as much as Moisty when it got that upgrade to the movie thing. Next is Dusty Divot. One of my favourite POIs in the whole of Fortnite. I didn't really like it when I got to... Didn't like it too much when I got to the the end point where I had a bunch of trees. But well yeah, it doesn't matter. But Happy, literally I was just bin it off. I hated it. Pandora, I forgot this was even a location. I landed there sometimes, but yeah. Greasy. You might think normal greasy would be indecent or maybe just the bottom of great. Probably the bottom of tip top because taco time. Single-handedly better than your mom. Craggy, is decent. Tomato Town, decent. Loot Lake, the vibes of just landing in the middle of an open lake. Tomato Temple, Tomato Temple, I didn't like it much more than Frenzy, but yeah. Just checking something. Dusty Depot. Feel like it's better than Dusty Divot. I just have to give it something. And plus in Season X it came back and I just loved it. Gotham City, I didn't like it too much, but I know a lot of people did love it, so I'm going to put the top of decent and so I'm not hated on. Lucky, I was starting to love it in the last month of Chapter 1. Got removed within Chapter 2, but I'll put it above Tomato Town. Gotham City. Above Tomato Town. Moisty Pams. Oh no, that wasn't Greasy Grove with Taco Time. That's decent. Above Lucky. Oh no, above Craggy, top decent. But Taco Time. Single-handedly one of the best locations ever with Taco Time. She's like, dun, 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 yeah. Special Plan, it was okay. Pandora, I can't put it in land there sometimes because I landed there 3 times. This shark. The shark, can't say it was tip top, but it was definitely better than Loot Lake. Because you got a mythic out of it. Weeping Woods is starting to grow on me again. I'll put it above normal Greasy. Steamy. Sorry, Steamy. Junk, I'm starting to like it again because even though it's out of the game, I watch Luke the Notable's videos and I see it and I actually like it. Flush is back in the game and to be honest, like, it's okay. It would probably land there more than Moisty Meyer if it was still in the game. And yeah. Next is Holly Hedges. It's not, like, it was growing on me at the start of chapter 2. No, no. Risky Reels, it's decent and it's always been decent. Sweaty Sands. I actually used to love this. Now I actually kind of do love it. But underneath Weeping, I win like every game Weeping. The block, I didn't like it too much, but like, I mean, gotta give it something for being an okay location and a fun idea. But next is Lazy Lake. My favourite location in Fortnite at the moment. But it actually used to be my least favourite chapter 2 location. And that was my favourite. And then it was my least favourite again. And now it's back to being my favourite. Lazy Links. It was one of my favourites, then it was my least until it got removed, and then I didn't like it. Now I'm starting to like it again, and now I remember all the fun I used to have landing there. Bottom grate. The grotto, I never really liked the design and the area of the location, but I mean, like, the boss and the aspect of it, it was all fun because of the mythic, really. Whaling, I think people only like Whaling because of the teleporters and OGness. And I gotta say, it's only decent. Lonely. Lonely, I actually started growing me by the end of the season, but definitely not above Flush Factory. Next is Polar Peak. I didn't like it too much, but I gotta put it above Gotham City because I just didn't like that much. Maybe even Lucky and Risky, I gotta put it underneath Lucky. The yacht. The mythic there was actually quite fun, so yeah. I can't think of what to say for Dirty. I just don't. It used to be one of my favourite locations, now I just don't land here. You know what, Pressure Plant? I just realised there's only two. Actually, you know what? No. Tilted Town. I think you know where it's going. And normally when I say I think you know where it's going, it goes there. It's just so fun running around, just not able to build. Mega Mall, I think it was decent. Top Ed decent. I just didn't find the fun aspect of it as some of you might have done and stuff. Paradise Palms, season 5 was one of my favourite seasons, so I gotta give it something for that because that helped it. And it was definitely better than in Loot Lake and Shark, in my opinion. Haunted Tales, it started growing on me by the end of chapter 1, but at the same time, it definitely wasn't one of my favourite locations and definitely will probably never be. Snobby, I actually remember landing here a lot, and actually it used to start to become one of my favourite locations. Then I didn't land there, and boom. Next is Loot Lake 0 Point. Oh wait, no, it was Loot Lake when, like, during Season X, when, like, it was the low gravity version of Loot Lake. I actually found that a lot of fun, but then at the same time, it's kind of boring. So bottom of decent. Slurpee is my favourite location until recently, because I got abducted by the alien UFOs like a while ago. Now Sludgy Swamp. By the way, it didn't come up with the season 1 to 18 in locations, but to be honest, there wasn't many map changes in from season 17 and season 18. There was only like 15, 16. Okay, no, that is a lot of map changes. Is that I missed out of this one. But Slurpee is my favourite drop into, you know what, Paradise here. Slurpee, you're my favourite drop, but you just ruined it by being abducted. But I'll still have to put you great because you were a ton of fun. Loot Lake after Kevin event. I didn't actually like it too much, but like I gotta give it something. So above Tomato Temple. Neo Tilted, it was actually one of my least favourite versions of Tilted, but I gotta put it above Mega Mall because I landed there more times than Mega Mall and had more fun there. Fatal Fields. Fatal, I didn't like it as much as some of you might have, but I definitely had fun landing there. And it was definitely better than Gotham and Risky. And I loved going from Lucky Landing and go all the way to Fatal Fields, even if Fatal Fields might have been more boring for me. Frosty Flights. I didn't really like Frosty Flights, but like I started landing there a teeny bit more as we went into like the later seasons of Chapter 1, and even though it was like still one of my least favourite locations, I still landed there a few times. Lazy Lagoon. I liked it, but it only started to grow me by the end of Season X, and literally it was like the last week of Season X. Guess what? The next week after I actually got into the location, the map got destroyed, or we just went to a 0 point and went back in time or something. However, whatever it may be. Viking Village. I actually started to love this near the end of its time, but don't think it deserves all the way up there. Where did I put it? I think it actually deserves there. Next is Anarchy. I think it deserves about there. Yeah, there. Yeah. Lucky Lake with Kevin Island. Above Anarchy, but in land here sometimes. It was like okay. Shifty. Shifty, I'm starting to like, even though it's out of the game. And I think it was actually a great POI, but I didn't manage to go there much. You know what? I have to get this out of the way. Probably my most unpopular opinion. I didn't like Bouncy Lake. And also Sunny Steps. I didn't like that much either. But at least I liked it better than like these locations. Deadpool Yacht. I liked the Deadpool Yacht at least a little bit more than the Meowskull's Yacht. Honestly, I thought there was only one yacht on this list. It turns out there's two. The Rig. The Rig was easily my least favourite Mythic POI in that season, but I still have to give it great because it was good enough. Next is Retail. It was like okay, and it is still like okay. But I think it was definitely, it is and was definitely a great POI. I started loving Starry Suburbs by the end of Season X, which was its first and final season. It was a great POI for me. Hop Rocks, Dusty Divot, the OG, Season 4, Dusty Divot. You know where it's going. There's just something about it. But the new Dusty Divot that got taken away in Season X is okay. Misty Meadows, it's my favourite location in Chapter 2. Now it's one of my least favourites. Where did I put it? Right there. But I gotta say it is decent, but bottom of decent. So guys, that is the end of the video there. But, you know, I'll tell you where to put the rest of the locations. Things that yeah. And by the way, I'm only doing named locations for the ones that are in later seasons. Chapter 2, Season 3, I would probably put the Fortilla probably below Shark, above Loot Lake. I didn't like the location, but I liked the mythic boss, the vault, and everything about that. Catty Corner, even without the mythic boss and stuff, I would still put it tip top. There's something about it. And then the Authority, I'd put it above the Agency, because that's my favourite season of all time. Chapter 2, Season 4, Stark Industries, tip top. Chapter 2, Season 5, I would probably say Hunter's Haven was Bennett. You know what, I actually landed here sometimes. But I think Colossal Coliseum was definitely decent, and Salty Towers was definitely in tip top. Chapter 2, Season 6, I didn't like that season at all. Spire, decent. Bony Burbs are still in the game, great. Colossal Crops, I would honestly just put it landed here sometimes. I think that's the end of all Chapter 2 Season 6 locations. If not, correct me in the comments. But as far as I know, yeah, it is. Chapter 2 Season 7, Believer's Beach. That's the only real map change. And the destruction of Slurpee. Oh wait, no, there was a different one. There was Corny Complex, which I'd put it about maybe top of decent. But other than named locations changed in Chapter 2 Season 7, other than the names of locations changed, Chapter 2 Season 7 and Chapter 2 Season 8, and a bunch of cubes on the map. Chapter 2 Season 8, I don't think there's much map changes except from that Corny Complex was now on the map. And then it's Corny Crops again in Chapter 2 Season 8. And some of the buildings are gone. But apart from that, that's the end of the video there. Like, subscribe, goodbye.